city breathing slow, shadow dancing next to me under silver glow. You say nothing, but I know every little thought. In the silence, hearts can talk more than words have ever taught. We don't need a crowded sky, just one quiet star. If you lean a little closer, I'll tell you.
저분도 맨날 한다.
어?
그러니까 야
아니 이러고 있네.
빨리 와봐. 감고 뜬 거 같은데. 이러면서.
cart squeaks, wheels complain, phone buzz. List is covered by a drip of sudden rain. Who left an umbrella at the grocery store? Black and been leaning by the sliding door. Feels like somebody's tiny broken storm. I pick it up, it fits my hand just right. Guess I'm walking home with someone else's sky tonight. Receipt long as a scarf tail. Bag boy laughs, they yours? I sure say. Found it waiting like a dog outside the doors. Who left an umbrella at the grocery store? Black and been leaning by the sliding door. Feels like somebody's tiny broken storm. I spin it once, it blooms against the light. Guess I'm walking home with someone else's sky tonight. Maybe you ran for a bus, maybe you ran from us, maybe you just forgot.